In the BC1 newsroom. Now, our next guest received an award from the Abbotsford Police Board for doing something he believes any parent should have done. Robert Kleisinger posed as a 15-year-old girl online to snare a 35-year-old man who had lured his stepdaughter into a relationship. Good morning, Robert. How are you this morning?
Good, thank you.
You know, just yesterday here on the show, we were talking about teens and party buses and drinking, and it was really clear to me that a lot of parents out there don't know what their kids are doing, aren't paying attention, or aren't possibly being proactive enough. And I know parents are busy. I'm a parent and a step-parent, and it's hard to have your own life going and keep track of everything your child is doing. But you really had to step in here and take action, didn't you?
To a degree, yes. I mean, I had great support from the Abbotsford Police Department. Detective Kevin Murray was just phenomenal in helping me and everything else.
Right, but he had you as ace detective, not on the payroll, helping him out. Back this up for people who aren't familiar with this story, because this is a couple of years old now. Tell us what you first saw on your stepdaughter's computer screen that alarmed you.
Initially, what it was is I walked by the computer and she was talking to somebody on MSN, and they both had their webcams turned on. And I could see an image of a man that appeared to be at least in his 30s.
Mm-hmm. And this girl's 15 at the time?
She was 14.
14
initially.
at the time, okay. And so that, but instead of just brushing it off, you and your wife started asking her questions, didn't get the answers you wanted, so what did you do then?
Well, something didn't seem right. You know, she was evasive with her answers. So the only option I had was to try to monitor it, which included putting monitoring software on the computer.
Mm-hmm. So are you a computer guy? Like, did you already know about that?
I knew about it, but I didn't know much about it.
Right. And it's still out there for parents who want to access that, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Put the monitoring software on and then looked at the conversations that were taking place between her and this individual.
Right, and we've got some of that for you folks at home, so we can show you on the screen exactly what kind of language and conversation they were having. And it's not ridiculously graphic, but it would have been shocking to you. You know, this is the man talking to your stepdaughter. Why have we drifted apart? Am I not good enough for you anymore? You hardly look at me when you kiss me. I mean, is that, I read that yesterday and I went, oh my gosh, you now know they've been having a physical relationship. This just isn't online.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was everything in my willpower not to go deal with them myself.
Mm-hmm. And she wrote back to him, and you can tell, I can tell by reading this, that she's a teenage girl and she's pulling back a little, like, you know, there's something in her that's thinking, this isn't exactly what I'm after. You may have felt led on, but you know for a fact I love you. I'm just not ready to be with someone for the rest of my life. I'm 15. I think like a stupid 15-year-old. As for the kissing thing goes, it's weird if you have your eyes open and you kiss someone. Actually, it's creepy. So how did you track him down?
It turned out that he lived in Abbotsford, and I found out that she was actually seeing him. So it was a matter of finding out that information first. I contacted the police department. Kevin Murray was assigned the case, and all I did was kept recording the conversations, the interactions online, and then I would just forward them to Kevin, mm-hmm. and he dealt with it from there.
Mm-hmm. Now, this man was charged, tried, and convicted.
He was. Initially, he was charged, and then he was released the same day that he appeared in court.
Out on bail.
On bail.
Right.
And it was only a matter of hours after he was released that he publicly posted on Facebook that it was my daughter that got him arrested.
And that would have been a breach of his conditions.
That was.
So you got him hauled back in. But did you have to monitor that? Like, were you the one who reported to the police, hey, he's breached his conditions?
That's correct, yes.
And that's the hard thing, right? Police can't be following everybody who's been let out on bail.
He's one individual out of thousands.
Mm-hmm. Jesse Reise is his name, or Buddha.
Buddha.
Yeah, Reise is his name. So you got him back in jail because he breached his conditions.
The judge put on additional conditions: no using a computer, no contacting anybody under the age of 18, so on and so forth. But it was just a matter of time before he did it again. He used his cell phone, for example, and would log into Facebook. His argument was, I'm not using a computer, I'm using a phone.
Right, but he was just circumventing the law. Where is he now?
He's currently in Portage, Ohio, mm-hmm. at the Portage County Jail.
In prison?
In prison.
For how long?
I don't know that for sure.
Do they keep in touch with you and let you know when
I keep in touch with them. He was initially transferred from British Columbia to Pennsylvania, where he was on the Marshal's Most Wanted list.
Because he's an American. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. He's an American. He was sent back to the States. We're going to show a picture of you getting an award from the police, which must have been a great feeling. But I know, as a parent, that you didn't do this to get an award from the police, did you?
No, this is what I think any parent should be doing, is watching what their kids are doing online. You can't shut the computer down. That's one of the biggest things that you can't do, because they'll just go to the neighbor's house, their friend's house, their cell phone. They always have internet access. The best thing you can do is talk to them and let them tell you what's going on.
Have a good relationship with your stepdaughter?
I have a wonderful relationship with her.
And she's fine?
She's doing really good. She's taking a welding course out at the university. I'm actually amazed with her.
Good, that's awesome. Thank you for joining this, because it's certainly a cautionary tale for all parents out there watching. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. All right.